Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Economic Briefcase. I'm your host, Luvinda Havazoka. Today with me in the studio is a very wonderful guest. And I've started with a guest because we've been trying to get a person from this institution. I'm sure I'm speaking as if I'm keeping you in suspense, but I'm sure you can already read on the, on the screens. But before we go to the introduction of our guest, I'd like to find out how my co-host is doing.
Good evening, Good evening, viewers.
I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, it's been...
the last time I saw you was on this program. How have you been?
I've been okay.
How has been the week?
The week has been wonderful. At least yesterday we got to rest a bit. It was Women's Day. Happy Women's Day to...
I was working.
To all the women. How has been your week?
The week has been hectic. I think I need 46 hours in a day. Too many meetings, too many engagements. We need to develop the country. We need to fight ignorance by teaching. We also need to have time for family, and we also need to have time for for thinking, and above all, we need to keep fit. So I started exercising. Let's hope, dear viewers, in the next 1 month, you are going to see me with minus 10 kgs.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'll follow.
Yeah, but I haven't just started exercising. I'm waiting for you to invite me to your gym.
I was also waiting for you. I was thinking I should start going to the gym which you go to.
Today's topic is growing the economy through citizen economic empowerment. And wherever you hear citizen economic empowerment, we are dealing with an institution called the Citizens Economic Empowerment Commission. Yeah? That has the Citizen Economic Empowerment Fund.
This should be interesting for most of the people. When people just hear money, they get excited.
Yes, people get excited. And nowadays, these things are very real. I know a lot of people that have gotten empowerment from government funds, and a lot of people don't know that this money is available. They think that, this money is only for the rich or the politicians. To the contrary, if you are a pep like me, you can't get the money. I pay the taxes, but where I stay, the road won't come. I won't get the CDF. I won't get the free education. But other citizens can get it. This, especially now, the emphasis is on trying to ensure that the ordinary citizen gets empowered. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be discussing citizen economic empowerment, and we are going to look at various funds that are existing today to empower you in your business, to expand your business, or to grow your existing business. We are going to be opening the phone lines so you can participate by calling on the numbers that are appearing on the screen. You can also send text messages if you are feeling very shy to talk. But today, ladies and gentlemen, this is your time to engage with us. We'll be opening the phone lines very soon. If you're watching us, on Facebook, and your bundles are not very, your internet speed is not very good, you can watch us on DSTV, on Camera TV. You can also watch us on Topstar. You can tell your relatives that are abroad that they can watch us on YouTube. Cooperatives, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, and simply citizens, today is a chance that you're going to have to be able to get some knowledge about the various empowerment funds that are existing in our republic and how you can get them. Now, before we start digesting the topic, as per tradition, we need to find out what is obtaining on the money, capital, or just commodity markets. Mr. Japao, over to you.
The market update as of today, the 9th of March, 2023. Let's look at how the kwacha is doing. $1 closed off selling at 20 kwacha, 21 ngwe. £1 closed selling at 24 kwacha, 2 ngwe. €1 closed off selling at 21 kwacha, 34 ngwe. R1 closed off selling at 1 kwacha, 9 ngwe. Selected metal prices delayed by a day. Aluminium closed selling at $2,288.50 per ton. Copper closed selling at $8,810 per ton. Zinc closed selling at $2,990 per ton. Lead closed off selling at $2,087. Tin closed selling at $23,495. Nickel closed off selling at $23,500 per ton. Crude oil prices, WTI crude closed selling at $77.79. Brent crude closed selling at $83.79. So because of our topic, we added interest rates, countries with the lowest interest rates. Okay, so we see that they're actually over between -1 to 1%, with the lowest there being Switzerland and Denmark.
They have negative interest rates, so meaning that you pay the bank for keeping money in your bank.
In your bank.
That's how
for keeping your money in their bank.
In their bank, you need to pay them.
Yes.
Wow. And you have seen, like Australia, you can actually borrow at 0.75%. Per annum. Fiji, you can borrow at 0.5%. Jamaica, the same. Israel, 0.25. Euro area, it's almost at 0. When you come to Zambia, we are borrowing at around 20%.
And 20%.
Yeah, so you can find that maybe our products, we can't compete. So how do you reduce lending rates? People, first of all, we have a poor credit culture. That is my own opinion, poor credit culture. When Zambians borrow, they don't want to pay back. Yes, that is the most reason, and I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the main reason why banks don't want to lend to us is that we don't like to pay. We have a very poor, credit culture. The second one is that we have a very volatile deposit base, meaning we don't put money in fixed deposit. We leave them on demand deposits. That is volatile deposit. So banks will have to source, funds to lend out from expensive sources.
But wouldn't that mean that if we put in volatile deposit options, doesn't that mean that people actually don't have what to save?
Yeah, it can be one thing. People don't have what to save. So, these are connected, events. Or people would rather not put in a fixed deposit account, they'd rather buy a plot and build. We're trying to develop a middle class, so people are still developing.
Do we have our own credit bureau that looks at our lending environment, how when people default? And
we have a credit reference bureau, but unfortunately, it's not attached to our IDs. So what we needed was a situation whereby we have a credit reference bureau that is attached to your ID, to your TPIN, such that if you are buying a car and you owe the bank, people are supposed to say, it's better if you maybe go and offload your loan rather than, yes, like in South Africa. You go to pay, sorry for mentioning the name of a store, you go to a store, you want to get something on hire purchase, your bank, when you just open your bank app, the credit scoring is there. So it was going to show the bank that this guy did not pay for jeans they got in that shop, this person owes that, this institution or that institution. You find that, for example, government says you can't borrow such that the repayment is more than 40% of your income, net income. You find that a person, especially civil servants, they'll go and borrow 3 different institutions in the same month, because that can only be caught at the point of deducting at PEMIC. Okay. So when you're going to PEMIC, you find that 3 institutions arrive with deducts, and then you find that that person is above the threshold. So they will have to get 1 institution or 2 institutions to wait for 3 years until that particular person finishes paying off that debt. That's when they can admit it for deductions. So such crooked methods are the ones that are making it very difficult and very expensive for people to lend to them. First, government has moved in with various funds, and talking about that, our guest today is engineer EUGENE HAAZELE. He's a commissioner at the Citizens Economic Empowerment Commission, yeah? Commission, which manages the Citizen Economic Empowerment Funds. Yes. Yes. It means that I went to school. I'm able to differentiate between the two. Engineer, it's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you very much. Good evening, viewers.
And Engineer, we might have some people who might want to know a little bit about you, your background, and where you are now, perhaps even your role.
Okay, thank you very much. Basically, I'm an engineer by training. I'm a civil engineer. I have substantial experience, of course, in engineering and management as well. And apart from that, I'm serving as a commissioner in the Empowerment Commission. I also sit on the board of Zambian Digital Building Society. I'm the chairman for the Finance Committee. So basically, that's what I do for the country, I should say, in a nutshell.
Okay, so which means we will also talk about our mortgage market. We'll try to mix it up for some of us who want to
yeah, bear in mind that you are not representing the institution where you sit on the board. We'll just speak it talk about it as
advice.
As in general.
I think there are some intersection elements, obviously, because one is talking about lending, but I think the viewers out there would want to know a lot more about the way the CEC works, what they can get out of CEC, and what support they can get in their businesses from CEC to ensure that their business is sustainable. I think the viewers...
So, on that note, I'm sure a lot of people, we are watched by people from all over the country, and some of them might be hearing about this institution for the first time. What is the Citizens Economic Empowerment Commission?
The CEC was established by an Act of Parliament in 2006, and basically its intention is to empower Zambian citizens. It's there to create some equity, to facilitate for the involvement of the citizens in the national economy. It's got a strong focus on the disadvantaged, those from poor backgrounds, the women, the youth. Yes, the idea is to get the general citizenry to participate more in the affairs of the country in as far as economic development.
Hello.
Hello, that is a surprise. We have a caller, and we can get it since you have already called.
Yes, how are you?
How are you? What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Russia.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I've been hearing this program for almost 2 years now.
Oh, thank you very much for being consistent.
I was one of them who applied for the same CEC loan, where I encountered a loss about 5,000 just to get a house valuation certificate. And I was so expectant that I'll get something at the end of the day. But up to now, because the season, my proposal to start getting these service made. You know, these foreigners are really dominated here in Zambia. People from Tanzania, people from Congo. And the people are buying our maize, our soya. So I want to get this CEC. Empower me, being a Zambian. I've invested almost 300,000 to put up a farm. Thank God I managed to get about 450 bucks from Ukushi. And I was expecting maybe the price to go up, but the price was just stagnant. So I had no option. I had to get rid of that soya. But with the end of the day, I had to encounter a lot of losses. But I applied something to CEC. I've been quiet. You talk to this guy and say, you know, give an update. I think you people try to be, because the way you say, no, sometimes you come up with seeds and you give us at least much hope that at the end of the day, that this will start to strike so that we compete with these foreigners. Because foreigners, they go, he goes to India, he gets a loan, go get 0.5%. But as they are, to say the interest is 12%. But I've never seen it from one side. But you people talk to them.
Thank you very much.
So maybe to add on to this question, what's the process of getting resources?
Yes, unfortunately, I actually didn't get his question properly. He spoke a lot of things. I heard
yes.
The 5,000 story.
I think
I don't know what
he indicated that he was applying for a loan, and in the process he encountered a loss of about 5,000.
because I think he was asked to give
An
collateral.
evaluation of the house.
Yeah, so evaluation of the house, I think maybe he paid that to evaluators.
No. You see, I think we need to get things a bit more straight to our citizens. You see, the process is this. You make your application. The application is evaluated. That's the first stage.
Yes.
The second stage will be that the CEC staff will need to do what we call a due diligence. Now, when a due diligence is done, possibly, if that particular facility requires collateral, it's at that point that the valuation is talking about will be done. So you don't go and start valuing the collateral you're intending to offer before you are informed that we are prepared to give you the facility. So he didn't get it right. He didn't get the procedure right. So I'll just repeat it. You make your application. The application.
First CEC advertises.
Yes, you make the application. The CEC will come back to you, and say this is the way forward. Now, if it is going to be necessary for you to provide collateral, it is at that point that possibly the valuation of a particular asset will be required. So in his case, he really more like jumped the gun, and then he has incurred this loss he talked about. And again,
I think
he talked about foreigners. I couldn't find the connection. CEC doesn't fund foreigners.
Hello, your name and where you're calling from?
Hello.
Yes, your name and where you're calling from?
Hello.
yes, we can hear you. Go ahead and make your contribution.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm quiet. Yes, you can go ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I think it was a bit off topic, but maybe we can just relating to him. He says that the foreigners are coming in, the ones that are doing business at Kamsumbalesa, opening houses. Maybe what opportunities are there? Which type of sectors does CEC fund? You know, which type of areas are available for funding to citizens?
His lamentations are not really off target. They are on target. And I think we need to address them. He's saying that the people that are doing business at Kasumbalesa are foreigners. Okay, taken. Now, the CEC is trying to change that. Now, I just need to very quickly demonstrate how that is happening. Let's take a single product, like chicken. We've handed out millions of kwacha to cooperatives for them to do broilers. The first lot was handed out in December. And as we speak today, there are a lot of cooperatives around the country whose chickens have matured. Now, the way we approach our business at CEC is we're holistic. We don't look at the borrowers in isolation. We know that when the person has those broilers immature, they need to sell them profitably. So we do what we call market support. And we know that those chickens have to be transported economically to Kasumbalesa, for example. So we've also given money to people to buy refrigerated trucks, canters that are refrigerated. So now these cooperatives, they don't have to get into the hassles of killing these chickens and transporting them behind a van, and then by the time they get to Kitwe, they're rotting and stuff like that. No. There will be someone who also has gotten funding from CEC, whose business is transporting meat and chicken and sausage. So they transport it to Kasumbalesa. Now, our thinking is that what we need to capture markets like that is we need volumes, production. And the initial focus now is on volumes. We've dished out a lot of money for poultry, for layers, for broilers, so that we can boost production. Here in Lusaka, there are cooperatives that a few days ago were selling 2,300, 4,000 chickens. And I'm talking 2 days ago, using funding from CEC. So actually things are happening for genuine. It's not just theories. And we're looking at the entire value chain and trying to panel beat the value chain to benefit the Zambians. We do realize that there are problems in the market, Kasumbalesa especially. You know, if you talk to farmers now, even commercial farmers, you see, they suffer this problem that at Kasumbalesa, their products go bad. They take tomato and other perishables, because of the issues there, they end up going bad. So that what should one be looking at? One should be looking at creating storage at Kasumbalesa. What a product for that. We have given money out for constructing those facilities. So we realize that the entire value chain has to be reformed, and we're doing that. In December already we gave out money for people to build those storage facilities. Zambians.
My students called me before you go in with to say, CEC has products for us graduates or students. Yes. What is the product all about?
Look,
that's for the youth. That
again, it is a sad thing is that our graduates, when they leave Yunza, they are walking the street with a certificate, but no CV, of course. Now, our thinking is that some of those students can go straight into entrepreneurship. We have created a product for graduates. So these graduates, they can come to CEC, get money, and get into profitable ventures. Then they are self-employed from day one. That is the idea. We are not going to have every person coming out of Yunza or CB or Mulgushi University knocking on doors looking for a job. There are students who have got these business skills, and they can straight away jump into business. And this product, we started it from the 1st of January this year, and it will continue. So we say to ourselves, okay, here is the product, here is the funding, our graduates, let's see what we can do.
So, Engineer, I'll take you back to our first caller. And I have a colleague who had applied for funding. That was 2021. And he has the same sentiments as our first caller, saying he encountered the loss. Because the list had come out, and people were selected. And in his case, he had a piece of land that he had to get title for. He ended up getting into debt to make sure that he gets the title for the land before the commission would fund the project. And because consequently, it did not happen. And that list, nobody was actually funded, and it was advertised. Another project was advertised without handling that particular one. So I think our first caller might be coming from that that background or that situation.
Yes, now, it's not always a good thing to split hairs between boards, but we also go, in the corporate world is continuity. Yes. The same with government. But I must hasten to mention that when our board came in April last year, the first thing we did was to change the credit policy and the procedures. That is one of the things we changed. The thing is, you need to make the application process as easy as possible, and you should not force potential borrowers to start incurring costs for them to be eligible. I will even go further, I'll tell you. If you go to a bank, you want to borrow money, or indeed to many other institutions, they're going to want your financials for 3 years or 5 years. They're going to want a business plan and all the profiles of the directors and stuff like that. Now, a marketeer or someone who's selling at Kwasumbalesa or someone who's making gates in Mtendere, they don't have those financials. They don't know how to do a business plan. For them to do a business plan, they have to pay someone to do that. So we removed that. We're evaluating applications based on the business concept. What do you want to do? Does it make business sense? Can that product sell? So in short, for you as an applicant, all you need to do is to declare what you want to do. This is what I want to do. It's online, so that the person who is in Minilunga doesn't have to travel from Minilunga to Lusaka to lodge in an application in a box like a tender box. They can apply on their phone. You see? So for us now, what is important is the business concept. Can it work? Is there space for this product in the market? And from there also, then we can identify what the training needs for a particular applicant. Because remember, the way we view empowerment at the Commission is, empowerment for us is not just dishing out money. It's holistic. The money part is one part. But when you give money to somebody, you must monitor what they are doing and support them. So that if they are encountering problems, you can prop them up. So we got a business support unit for that. Yeah? And that way also you encourage a positive repayment culture, because you've got a problem, like you said at the beginning of the huge one. But I can say to you now confidently that with our approach, the repayments, we're not having problems with repayments. Even the marketeers who were getting 5,000 kwacha in December, they're paying back because they've understood the concept.
We have another caller. Your name and where you're calling from? Yes, welcome to Mbalesa Mulisani. Thank you. I think Kasumbalesa, they're having issues of competition. That's what I gather from the question. He said there's a certain white man who brings chickens and sells at lower price, probably is working with the economies of scale. So us in the cooperatives, he says, as individual farmers, how can we compete?
Oh, that complaint, it's also come up with those in aquaculture, fish. Yeah, that complaint, it's surfaced here with fish. But again, look, we need to appreciate this, that in business, there's competition. And you and I, the customers, we thrive on their competition. That's what gives us a good price and a good service. So now, at CEC, we recognize that. And that is the reason why we're so involved with the market support bit. I'll just give you one quick example. Is that, what we always do is, especially with cooperatives, when the people are doing broilers, for example, or fish, we will forewarn them to say that when your product is about to get ready, we need to know. Because so that we can help with the market linkages. Now, our brother who was on the phone from Kasumbalesa, he probably doesn't have a broader market linkage. And his market is simply Kasumbalesa. But Kasumbalesa, everyone is chasing dollars from Congo there. So there's this congestion. And the white man, not the white man, the expatriate, is going there and benefiting. But for our brother, he can feel the vacuum that the expatriate left behind elsewhere.
Yes.
And that is the way we want to do things. You know, we should not be afraid of competition. Competition won't kill us. We can overcome the competition. It drives efficiency, and that's where we're coming from. So the CEC does support a brother like the one who was on the phone. It's just that maybe they are doing their work as a cooperative, they're where they are, and they have not fully accessed our full scope of services. But the thing is this, a good side is that we realize that there are some parts of the country where the full range of offerings from CEC are not appreciated. So we are going around the country. You may have seen on the news, we had people in Kabwe talking about what we do, and they are giving out money to the people that applied in the markets. There's been sensitization trips in Choma as well. There's been some in Petauke and Chipata. So there is a job there to try and sensitize. But Kasumbalesa is a special case, because Kasumbalesa is got to be handled holistically. There are pain points there in Kasumbalesa. Like I mentioned earlier on, the storage part is a problem, and just the general chaos. I don't know if you've been to Kasumbalesa, but the general chaos. What would help us there would be a decent border market where there's order. For now, there's not too much order. So a decent border market with order would help us a lot. And probably enhance the storage facilities also would add value. So Kasumbalesa, yes, there are issues, and yes, it's work in progress. I sympathize with my brother, because even the people that we're funding now, before they think of selling to anybody else, top of their mind is Kasumbalesa. So everyone is going there because there's a lot of dollars there. So the congestion is there, but it's something. So
a person in Kaoma, they wake up, they have an idea. How do they go about applying for funds from CEC? Whom do they see? What do they do?
What we do is, what we have done is this, that we advertise. We put our adverts in the paper, they're on television. ZNBC is one of them, because they got national coverage. Because these days everyone is on the phone, so we advertise online, so they can access the adverts. And as we advertise, in order for us to cover the full scope, we normally break them into what we call products. Like we will have agro, and it's a value chain. We have light manufacturing, we go into our construction. We had this time around mining, because of artisanal small-scale miners, and just like that. And then you respond to those adverts. The application process, very simplified. The form that you fill in and upload online is very simple. It's very simple. Okay, I do concede it's 20 pages, but the thing that's space, that's why it's 20 pages. But it won't take you 30 minutes to fill in, or more than 30 minutes to fill in. So we really have tried to simplify things, but obviously it's work in hand, and we are listening to what people are saying, and we're trying hard to make it a lot more simple, especially for the marketeers. Maybe going forward, we could look at working closer with the market committees, because every market has got a committee. Could be easier maybe to work through market committees, and maybe the recovery will be quicker.
Me and Mr. Njapao work for investors, and we also want to do business. We are Zambians. Are we eligible? No, we are not lobbying. We are just asking.
No, doctor, you are eligible, very eligible. Eligibility is through your citizenship. You are a Zambian with a green national registration card, you are eligible. Of course, a genuine one. You are eligible. If you are a Zambian with green national NRC, you are eligible. And of course, 12-year-old is not eligible.
Yes.
We're looking at 18 years going up. So then, yes, you are eligible. You can apply for funding, and just like everybody else.
What common mistakes do applicants make?
The common mistakes, the biggest mistake that comes from applicants is, first of all, people apply with the wrong motive. Seriously.
Yes.
People apply with the wrong motive. I will just give you a classical example. And I really wish our citizens could reconsider on this one. I make an application to the CEC to say, give me 3 million kwacha. I want to set up a workshop to manufacture school desks, because CDF has created demand for desks. Sounds very good. Okay? But if my motive is not to make desks, then I've got a problem. If my motive, when I get the money, is to get that money, half of it, buy a car.
A car, yes.
And then the other half, pay the debts I accumulated in the past few months, plus school fees of my children, and my rentals for 6 months, then I've lost it. I've lost it. And let's just be honest, that is a problem. People applying with plan B. You're asking for 2 million. Out of that 2 million, you are thinking of investing only 1 million in the business. The other million is with plan B. And this plan B is on non-productive expenditure, consumption. So now the danger there is that you will not be able to generate sufficient profit to repay the facility, and then you default. Now, it's difficult for us, because we've even gone further, doctor, to make your lives easier by saying that, okay, for some facilities, maybe we can give you the money without corruption, because we don't want to take your title deeds for 400,000 kwacha. You come to us and say, I want to have $1 million. Then you say, Dr. Abazo, let's have your title deeds for your house. No, we want to avoid that. We want to trust you. But it's our belief that the general citizen won't abuse our trust. So, what am I saying? I'm saying that we should appreciate that these programs are meant to empower our citizens. And when I borrow money, when you borrow money, and we pay back, we are ensuring that this program is sustainable. If I borrow and you borrow, and we go underground, we've not only destroyed our names, you and I, we've also disadvantaged him who hasn't borrowed. Because that is like a revolving fund. So the repayment culture, we need to get it to be part of us. When you borrow, please pay back. That's a problem.
Let's talk about capacity, opportunity, of course, springing from people borrowing for the wrong motives. So is there a way that the Commission can actually embark on funding businesses that are actually already making good numbers, good margins, Zambian businesses, to make them grow from being a Zambian business into a regional business through CEC instead of other means?
Yes, we have done that. We do give businesses to going concerns. We have given money to going concerns, and we will continue giving money to going concerns. It's not just, I think this needs to be understood. CEC is not just about the startup, seed money. We also give money to people who are already operating. We've got a product we call, for example, trade finance. Mm-hmm. Trade finance, we can finance orders. Now, an order can be from an established company, an existing company. Mm-hmm. We have funded existing businesses. Now, you see, the existing businesses, there's a bit of a challenge, but what we require from the potential borrowers is honesty. Honesty. If you approach me, the Commission, you approach the Commission and you lodge in your application to say that you want to borrow X amount of money and you are running an existing business, you better be honest. Mm-hmm. The fact that we are not asking for detailed financials over 5 years, it doesn't mean that you should consume material facts. Mm-hmm. The problem that we have now with the ongoing concerns is they've gone through COVID. COVID-19, was it? And COVID ravaged businesses. Businesses accumulated debt during COVID, a lot of debt. And a lot of them defaulted on facilities with their banks. They defaulted with ZRA, with NAPSA. So someone will come to you and say, I want to borrow money to boost my business. No. Maybe they want to pay interest trust. And they change NAPSA. Now that way, it doesn't help the Commission, it doesn't help the business person, because the money that we are giving you, we are hoping that it will go into production. Because it's production that generates the profits for you to enable you to pay. So that is the challenge at the moment, and I think we are looking at it, looking at ways of how that can be managed, but it's a big challenge with the going concerns. Those that went through COVID, there are issues.
You know, I run a similar business, and I can tell you that we receive people coming to borrow. For us, maybe that might be huge amounts because we are small, and just disappeared, phones off. So how can we, exist like that if people are borrowing and, I understand the cry from citizens that they need money, but I think there are a few businesses that behave in the manner that you have just explained, where people just borrow money and switch off a phone. Can you switch off a phone or even move from where you're living? You have gotten other people's money. So next time when a business person comes, we'll be scared. Like from the information that I've heard, now it's now clear why my other colleagues are not handling SMEs. Because SMEs now are a bit, shady, yes. We want, like now, if I went to CEC, they'll look at me in the same risk. Yes. So I think for our citizens also, we need to meet government, halfway. This is money, it's a revolving fund. We need to pay back, And I would like to admit that the CEC of today is a bit more, I think it's improving, learning from from past mistakes. I've seen a lot of adverts with money, and I hope that, I know you can't lend to everybody.
There's a model you spoke about, the previous board, the current board simplified things from maybe being a bit complicated. How is that working? Is it showing positive gains for the Commission? Has the process improved, especially the process of collection, payback?
Yes, you see, the test really is with our clients. What do our clients say? The feedback from our clients is that obviously
we have a caller just. Hello, your name and where you're calling from? Yes, sir. Yeah, where are you calling from and your name?
That challenge. But I'm still appealing to you. It's only that the training conundrum. It's not a new people. It's not putting out roads to everything. Yeah, it's actually that is no right. That is to roads to getting people down. We have something about 2 years now, and I want to support the top of people. Point that you are coming to Zambia, they are getting told that the place is 12 years. They are getting on the road to Tanzania to Congo, that is 2 hours. There is a same time that they are going there. So much is the care of that, they also have years. So I just made my own name in I can do the same. I've done the care of myself using the phone letter. And I invested about 200. And why I told you, I don't do those things that I fight you. I want to do a planning. You need to support you working. That's why I keep my work with you. So please, let's understand that. You want to start accepting the other people in the but please, let me give you. You can jump. You are getting a you don't know but you don't know there is nothing wrong. Because everything that you can say
Thank you very much. Director, let's also look at some messages so that good evening. Can a rural civil servant be considered for a CEC loan if he has a project running already? Hagai from Pemba. So can civil servants apply?
Yeah, you see, this is the way it works. You can apply as a sole trader.
Yes.
As a cooperative or as a company. So he's applying as what? He's a sole trader. Mm-hmm. If he's a sole trader,
then it's not as, yeah.
If he's a sole trader, then he applies as a sole trader.
If it's a company, then he's not a civil servant.
There you go. But he can be a member of a cooperative.
Yes, but then
so then he can derive benefit from the cooperative. I think I don't know if we've answered him.
I think we have.
Mm-hmm. But
I don't know. Director, maybe we begin from the. Is this the beginning of the message?
Okay, it seems that he's tried to get a facility as an individual woman, but failed even when you tell them what you want to do. Now one wonders who is eligible. So I think that is the same question our previous caller had, saying, which is a misconception, saying they're only giving not genuine people. So maybe you can answer his question and the message.
Yeah, look, we need to simplify things here. The point is that you can make an application as a sole trader. You can register as such. We have given money to sole traders. We have actually given money to sole traders. You can be a company, you can get money. You can be part of a cooperative, you can get money. But now the problem here with you see our Zambian folk is, I think we too much into this contemporary thing. That, you know, I don't want to work with Dr. HAAZELE. I want to work alone. I'm sitting, then it starts raising questions. So I'm sitting and, you know, I'm working for ZESCO in Mongu, and then I'm going to CEC and saying, no, I want money to start a piggery in Osaka. It raises questions of viability. I think a business, people should understand, a business is not something that you do because you are failed to do everything else. It's not a last resort. Because it's very exacting, it's taxing. You must have a clear path ahead of you. There will be headwinds in front of you, you know. So you must be in it and determined to get through. Now, if you are sitting in the ZESCO office in Mongo and then you come and say, no, I want to do a piggery in Choma, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So those are some of the issues. And also then the contemporary mentality is not helpful. We need to learn to work together. That's why the whole issue about cooperatives is being emphasized. Get into a cooperative. If you can't be part of a cooperative, then you can get into a company. Be in a company where there are controls, where you can control each other, and there are rules. You cannot run your enterprise from the back pocket. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. So
some people have argued that you know, cooperatives, everyone wants to have a say. Everyone has their own way of doing things. And at the end of the day, there's usually conflict.
There shouldn't be that. We need to learn to work together. Now, there has been the callers. Every caller who's made the call, they've talked about foreigners. They've talked about foreigners, all of them. Now, what is the difference between us Zambians and foreigners? The foreigners, they work together. Even the Rwandese, you see, dominating the retail trade in the compounds, they work as a group, they are a cartel. They have mastered the art of togetherness. You know, the Asians, they work together. They don't poison each other. Poison in a sense that PhD bring him down. No. Now, our problem as citizens is we tend to be isolationist. I don't want to do anything with Dr. HAAZELE. I want to run my own contemporary from my back pocket because I would disagree with him. It shouldn't be like that. Where there's common purpose, you can work together. Now, going back to the cooperative, there are cooperatives that are making progress. What is needed then is downstream training to enhance their capabilities so they can have that spirit of common purpose together. You get into a cooperative, you are manufacturing desks, your focus must be on making quality desks cost effectively, and then you make your profit. As a group, you must have one focus, not to say, I'm getting into this business, I want to do a quick one over my friends. It's a problem. You go to the compounds, because you see, there was the Chirimba arrangement. Chirimba arrangement. It works for many, doesn't work for others. When greed creeps in, it doesn't work, because this person, when there's an attempt to get their money, they disappear. So, the same Chirimba spirit, in case where the Chirimba works, you must carry that spirit into the cooperatives. Then we will succeed. We must carry that spirit into the company, we will succeed. But as long as we have this isolationist approach and get rich quick approach, which is a big problem, or let me get to look rich quick, it's also a problem.
The biggest problem is I want for my business maybe 1.5. I ask for 3 because the other 1.5 I want a VX. That is a very, very big problem. You know, as an academician, I receive a lot of people coming to ask to help them with a business plan. So just my interviewing them, I can even tell you won't be given money. One, you don't know your actual product. What you have told me is a hobby, you have no product. Two, you don't know where to get the raw materials. Three, when you produce, you don't know where to do what? To go and sell those produce. You haven't even said where you're going to be getting electricity, because this thing that you are talking about, you need electricity. Now you say you have a farm somewhere else where there's no power. How are you going to be doing all this products? So you can consider me as one of those people who serve.
Yeah, in fact, Doctor, you hit the nail on the head. I wanted to avoid using the word hobby because I thought maybe it was going to be too harsh. In responding to one of the messages we got on the screen, to say I'm working, I'm a civil servant at some place. Then I want to borrow money from the CEC to do this. The big question is, you're a civil servant, maybe you're an immigration officer in Chirundo, okay? 06 to 0 sitting stamping passports, okay? Now, what business are you telling us about? 9 out of 10 is a hobby.
Yes.
Now, should we be funding hobbies? You answered the question. No.
Well, I would say, anyway, a good business idea sometimes come from what people are interested in, and if someone is interested in something, at least they would want to see it grow to some extent. I think the only misconception is people don't know their market, they don't know, as you are saying, where to get raw materials and all that. Otherwise,
I've been told that we have enough messages. Director, let's look at them. To tell you the truth, it's not easy to get a facility from CEC unless you're a cooperative or a politician, but not as an individual. Next. Question 1. How many success businesses can CEC point at and be proud of their success in Zambia? Question 2. What documents are needed for one to reach the requirements as a sole proprietor?
Okay, let's deal with them quickly. The issue of saying you can't access money unless you are a business or a politician, let's get on politician part. I think the politician bit is a legacy issue. It's a legacy issue. It's a legacy issue. Yes, there was a time when politicians got money from CEC, but I think if you look at the monies that were dished out in December and the money is being dished out in January, I haven't come across a politician. I haven't. Unless that politician is a shareholder in a company, maybe. But again, then there one would argue that should we discriminate against certain companies because it's 30% owned by a politician? No. The crux of the matter is that the CEC, we, in as far as fairness, transparency, we're standing on firm ground. You don't get money because you know somebody. You don't get money because you are affiliated to a certain political party or you come from a certain part of the country. We have made it a point that we do awards to everybody, all the citizens. There's evidence. We gave out market booster loans, lots of them, in December. And all the people that got the loans were spread around the country. Every province got facilities, and we've continued on that path. We are very aware of the toxicity of getting engaged in behavior that lacks integrity. Corruption. That one is a no-go area. I can tell you. We want to be as professional as possible, and our procedures are designed that way. That is one of the reasons why we made the applications electronic. Comes there, it's what someone is reading is a number, is not reading the name of a person, and then they're doing the evaluation. We're trying as much as possible to remove the human factor in terms of making decisions. But again, we get judged by by the output. We've been issuing money. We'll see as we go if there's any of these legacy issues.
Any CEC success stories?
No, so far, that's one question that I've always asked every time we sit to talk to NC success stories. I'm very honest with you. There are a lot of areas. Basically, because of the problem that the person raised of giving money to undeserving people. You can count a lot of areas, but those are legacy issues. But when we opened this program, I talked about success stories.
And you know what is disappointing that the failures date back as Mwanawasa's time.
Yes.
I was in a town in northwestern province. That lodge CEC failure. That CEC failure.
Yes. But as far as successes are concerned, very shortly. Now, when I started the program, I was isolating the new board from the old board. Mm-hmm. What the new board has decided is to parade the success stories. The successful stories in every product area. We're going to parade them. We'll parade them. These people that we are finding in December who are now selling their chickens, we'll parade them. Where we're sitting here, hardly 5 kilometers away, there's a very big poultry with 20,000 chickens funded by CEC. Who parade it if the owner has no objection? So, yes, we have success stories, and we'll parade them. That is our intention. We don't want to hide it. And where there's a failure, we also tell you that here we have failed, and they were failed because of X, Y, Z. We don't hide anything.
As we conclude, what documents does one need to apply?
For a company, articles of association or memorandum, and most importantly, the NRCs for the shareholders, directors. The same applies to cooperatives. The NRCs are very important because we have to prove that we're a citizen. Copies of NRCs. For a company, of course, the TPIN. Not too much other documentation. If you are buying an asset, a quotation. Let's say you're buying a hammer mill, we need a quotation for the hammer mill. Basically, it's very simple.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have heard it for yourself. Citizen Economic Empowerment Commission, they have a fund. You can apply. I think I normally see a lot of those adverts in the papers. I think let's take our last caller. Last caller as we wind up. Yes? And director is giving us messages. Good evening, Dr. Wazoka, Mr. Njapao, and your honorable guest. I would like to know the way forward concerning the CEC advert for the Department of Fisheries. I'm asking because since last year, I haven't heard anything or anybody who has accessed the same. Please shed more light. Greetings, Doc. Nice program. My question is the church eligible to get a facility from CEC? James Ndola.
Yeah, the church should form a cooperative. That's the answer for
That's the answer for you.
Yes. Yeah, because I know that there is a church somewhere that has done that.
Yes, I think church.
I won't mention it, but they formed a cooperative. They're based in Osaka. They formed a cooperative, and they're doing okay. Now, with regard to the fisheries store, I think he's referring to aquaculture. Aquaculture, yes, there are some issues. Again, there are legacy issues. There are legacy issues. Aquaculture has been very successful in some provinces. Then in others, it's been a disaster. It's been successful in southern province, but Muchinga, northern, Luapula, and northwestern, it's been a disaster. And there are some issues there, technical issues, that are getting sorted out. That's why there's been a bit of a slowdown. It's got to do with the issues that those who failed raised over fingerlings and the climate where they're working, they are situated. So we're trying to talk with the experts, first of all, to verify the authenticity of the reasons for the collapse of the programs in those provinces. Because if there's good success in Siavonga and Sinazongwe, I was thinking was that equally someone who's operating in operation, you could be successful, but that hasn't been the case. The guys up north have told us this thing is a loser. It's not working because the fingerlings aren't right, the climate isn't right for the fish, etc., etc. So there are technical issues there, but it's being worked on.
So that ad was nullified, or that selection was nullified?
No, it wasn't on the ad. The aquaculture thing...
I think it comes from the first question I had asked for those who were selected and have not actually received, or that process hasn't gone forward.
The aquaculture people, they are technical issues. But the good news is that there's a strong push to get that program to move because of that because it's sort in between. But again, it's technical issues. Technical in terms of the issues that these people raised over fingerlings and climates and things like that.
Ichiyamba chitira ushumfa pati no na pa feeling ta kumfwe iwe send the Tonga. And I would like to say that you were watching a program dedicated towards the citizen economic empowerment. I think we can go on, and I know you have a lot of issues you want to raise. You can write to us. We'll be able to pass all your messages to CEC, Scamnet TV, and as citizens, I think we all stand an equal chance to have access to these resources. You've fed it yourself, that when bids are being evaluated or proposals are being evaluated, your number or your names do not show. It's only number that shows. That gives us a chance that if you write a very good proposal, you'll be able to get funding. Today we are discussing citizen economic empowerment in the country. Our guest was engineer EUGENE HAAZELE, and my co-host Noanja Pau, me host Lubinda Bazoka. See you next week for more information on how to develop our country. One Zambia, one nation. Continue watching Scamnet TV, because Scamnet TV is not just another channel.